The independent represents structure. It represents form. God would be the ultimate independent. The dependent, that represents chaos in a way, but it also represents beauty and freeform. Ever since Adam and Eve ate the fruit from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, we have been slowly cascading ourselves to become the ultimate dependent. But eventually, when we cascade so far into the dependent, it causes chaos because there is no structure and there is no form. There has to be a hierarchy. There always has to be a hierarchy. There always has to be rules. It's like I watched this one podcast and Jordan Peterson was in it and he was like, let's play a game with no rules. All right, your turn. And then just sat there. There's no rules to the game, but you can do anything because there's no rules. That is the chaos that comes out of the dependent. You might think freedom is a good thing until you're free to do absolutely anything. That's why it's not about not being in bondage. It's about being in bondage to the right person, Jesus Christ. But this is also how the end times are going to look. Our society is going to slowly cascade into that chaos because we start to become more and more and more dependent to the point that nothing has structure and form. Nothing has rules. And we crave that. Deep down, we crave that. But society will push that. And eventually the man of perdition will come down and he will try to represent the independent as best as possible. He is going to be that call for structure and form, the thing that everybody deep down inside craves. That's why he'll be liked so much. That's the gross part. It's just mimicking God. It's like, look at comedy. Look at comedy on TikTok. Like, you'll just be scrolling and you'll just see like a dancing cockroach that has like 1 million likes. It's like, that's our comedy now. There's no structure to it. There's no form. It just kind of is. Now apply that aspect to every single thing in the world. Soon, eventually there's not going to be any family structure. It's just going to be like people. No labels of mom or dad or child. It's just going to be people. Maybe even in the workplace, you're not even going to have to go into work. There's not going to be any structure or form to the employment hierarchy. It's not going to be bosses. There's not going to be like employers. Everybody's an employee. Just slowly what's happening. You're just working for bigger and bigger corporations and then they all merge together. It's kind of like a black hole. It's like the big crunch of the workforce. And what people will get confused is they'll think that they're the dependent. Like they apply just one type of thing. It's very black and white when I try to explain this, but it's not. Let's take for an example, if a woman is a stay-at-home mom and her husband goes out to work every day and puts the food on the table, pays the bills, that wife is a dependent to her husband, which means the husband is an independent according to the wife. But here's the thing, in context to God, that husband is the dependent and God would be the independent. God is the ultimate independent. He is the person, he is the being that provides us literally everything. By the way, he's Jesus Christ. But it's weird because society is slowly just completely getting rid of hierarchies. Eventually, it's just like, there's no hierarchy, it's just gonna be a one playing field. Everything gets smushed down, and then God is the ultimate dependent. He'll stay the ultimate dependent. The hierarchies below him are just gonna be like absolved, just gone. It's scary, because then people will crave the form and structure, and then they'll look to the man of perdition for that when he comes down. And the part that frustrates me the most about explaining all this is the fact that everybody will say the things that I'm saying are like, they're true. But the moment, I had to switch out the words masculine and feminine for independent and dependent, because people would have got their panties in a bunch and they completely misconstrue what I'm saying. It's like they'll either label me like a new ager or they'll label me a misogynist, but they'll say everything that I just said in the last 3 minutes was right, that it's true. Except for when I say it, when using the words masculine and feminine, they get their panties in a bunch. Jesus is king. Repent and believe the gospel of Jesus Christ.